Recently, I spent some time in my beloved Spain. In particular, I went to Bilbao to visit my father. And I was delighted when I arrived and I realized that the hotel we were staying in actually had bulk toiletries rather than individual mini toiletries. So I was excited. I always like to see hotels making an effort to reduce their single-use plastics. But in further inspection of the bathroom, I found a tray containing at least 20 pieces of single-use plastics. There were amenities there like razors, a hair comb, toothbrushes, sewing kits. Now, I hadn't seen those amenities in hotels around Ireland for years now, and I was quite shocked by the amount of single-use plastics. Everything was made of plastic and everything was also wrapped in plastic. Further than that, the drinking glasses they supplied in the bathroom were also plastic, and they were wrapped around in another plastic bag that is unrecyclable. Now, I normally don't like to post negative things in social media because I prefer to champion those that do well rather than criticize those that do bad. But the sheer amount of plastic on that tray led me to actually post that picture on social media. The response from the hotel came just a day later, and they agreed with me that reducing single-use plastics was a priority, but that they felt that all those items were asked for a lot by their customers and they wanted to provide them. Their answer also include relating to the glasses that it was much easier for them to supply them because there was less breakages from the glasses themselves. Which I don't know, I probably stay in about 20 hotels a year, and apart from in LA in the USA when I was there in April, it's the first time I see plastic glasses in a bathroom. So breakages really to me is not a valid excuse. They also said that they use less water and soap to wash the glasses. Again, if we're looking at water pollution, we've all seen the images of the amount of plastic in our oceans and our rivers. So not a really good excuse either. And their third excuse was the one that left me more flabbergasted. They said that they were supplying plastic glasses for hygiene reasons. That who knows how many people would have drank from a regular glass before this guest arrived. And that really shocked me. I mean, does that mean that every time I go to a pub or a restaurant, I need a plastic glass because I don't know how many people have drank from that glass before? Again, not really a valid excuse. They also said that they recycle all of their plastic and that they're complying with regulations, which is perfectly fine. But the reality is, and we all know it by now, or I hope we all know it by now, is that only 30% of all the plastic that has been produced since 1950 is actually still in use. And out of the 8.3 billion metric tons of plastic created since 1950, only 9% of it has been recycled worldwide. Single-use plastics in hotels are a much bigger issue than many people think. To us, to a customer, you arrive to a hotel, you're presented with, say, a breakfast buffet, and they have the little mini packets of jam, for example, that are wrapped in kind of a hard case plastic. And to us, you're on your holidays, you open it, you eat it, you don't really think about it twice. But let's look at figures a little bit more. So there is an estimated 200,000 hotels in the world. Now, this is just registered hotels. It doesn't include guest houses, B&Bs, hostels, etc. So the scale of the problem is much larger. But let's just take 200,000 as the figure of worldwide hotels. Now, let's say each of them has an average of 100 customers a day. Again, this is a very low average. I estimate it's a lot bigger than that. And then let's say each customer uses 3 single-use plastics every time they stay. That could be your bottle of shampoo, your bottle of gel, and your jam for your breakfast, or a butter pat, or a sugar stick, or many other breakfast items that contain plastic. So three pieces of plastic, 100 customers a day, 200,000 hotels. This means the hospitality industry puts out 60 million single-use pieces of plastic every single day around the world. These figures are completely unsustainable. We cannot continue to produce this amount of plastic and to promote the production of single-use items for the hospitality industry. Statistics like this are not to place blame in anyone. I love tourism. I've worked in the hospitality industry for the past 20 years, so it's not that I'm criticizing the industry, but I think these figures need to be highlighted and they need to be talked about so that we can all start realizing what those things that may seem like a small action, like using your mini toiletries or using your jam individually wrapped packet, actually have huge environmental consequences. Change is possible and change is very doable, but it needs to come from within all the managers in the hospitality industry wanting to make a change. So if your business is in a similar situation and you do realize that you have a lot of single-use plastics, I have added a few tips on this blog post on my website on how you can start reducing single-use plastics at your business. Just head over to the website. It's 50shadesgreener.ie. See you next week.